Have you guys watched Chef?
I have seen Chef.
It's also a Jon Favreau movie.
Yeah.
This is another one of them.
Jon Favreau's done a lot of movies.
Yeah.
He did the Iron
Chef.
Man. He did the Iron Man movies.
Iron Man. Chef. Elf. Chef. The rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The Mandalorian.
Chef.
Are we going to review that one? I'm glad we're reviewing Chef. I've been waiting to do this movie.
I watched it because somebody a long time ago made a meme like that.
Yeah.
And I watched it and I was like, oh, this is actually a good movie. Why?
Yeah.
Why doesn't nobody talk about this one?
So, would you recommend Chef?
I would
Tell
recommend
us your
Chef.
first impressions.
It was good. It's a movie about a chef.
We're that's not a Christmas movie though, and we are doing Christmas.
Yeah, this is for Christmas.
Christmas is swiftly coming on us.
Too quickly.
It's coming very quickly on us.
Can I tell you?
Faster than we would like it to.
Can I tell you what I got my in-laws for Christmas? I told them earlier. I got them both a shirt that says my son-in-law is my favorite child.
Oh yeah, with the picture of your face on it.
No, I wish.
It's not too late.
It's not too late. You're right. I could make that happen. That's what I got them.
Yeah, and Photoshop them in like either side of your head with a heart around you guys.
I actually have a picture of my father-in-law kissing my cheek from my wedding.
Oh yeah.
I think that'd do just fine.
You need to Photoshop them cheek to cheek with you, with one on either cheek. No, your face cheek. Your face cheeks.
I'm not a fan of cheek to cheek as a phrase.
Whoa, Sybil, your voice got weird.
Are you feeling okay?
She's going to be so
She's
upset
under the
that you got the microphone
my
first.
name's Sybil. I went through puberty. Sorry.
This is
through
temporary permanent producer Steven over here.
Oh,
went through male puberty, sounds like.
Yeah, this is Steven. How's it going?
Jamie,
fine.
look that up for us. Jamie, look Steven up for us. He's not. Do you know Jamie?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I talk to him once a week.
Oh.
I do know Jamie.
What are we doing, Jarvis?
I don't know. I think we're doing Chef, it sounds like.
Have you seen Chef?
I haven't seen Chef. No, but
Are you aware of this meme, Steven?
I'm not, so you'll have to.
All right.
And I'm going to tell you right now, switching between muting myself
and switching the
and
cameras.
the cut button, I'm losing my shit right now.
I'll brief you both on niche internet lore history. All right, because you're both the old, and the joke is, do you remember the 21 Jump Street meme? My name's Jeff.
Oh yeah,
Men and Jeff.
Yeah. So they took that and the niche Jon Favreau movie Chef, and they would run around going, "My name's Chef. You seen Chef?" And then people would go, "No, I haven't seen it." They go, "My name's Chef." That was the meme.
I get why I haven't interacted with that meme.
Yeah.
It's not very good.
It was also like 15 years ago when they started that
I was
meme.
alive 15 years ago.
You were. So was I.
Yeah. So I shouldn't have missed that one, but I did because, I don't know, whatever circumstances I was in.
It's fine. Your kind are more of the still watching Saturday Night
My
Live.
kind?
What do you mean
Yeah.
by that?
Yeah,
what do you
is that-
mean?
Is that
you're
because I'm
kind?
Asian?
No, it's because you're old.
Why
Y'all
don't you-
are
why don't you-
the.
Why don't you pull your eye back?
I watch.
back while you say that.
Okay, fine. You guys really like watching cable television, and I watch dumb YouTube videos. That's what I'm getting at.
I don't know. I consume a lot of YouTube. I promise you.
Yeah.
Yes.
When was the last time you watched Saturday Night Live?
I don't know that I've like an actual airing of Saturday Night Live. I've never maybe watched any episode of it. I've seen clips on YouTube.
Nice. Okay. We're getting somewhere.
You know who else was on Saturday Night Live?
Jon Favreau?
Will Ferrell. Huh?
Oh.
Oh. Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
He's in Chef.
Who's
Right?
also in
A Jon Favreau movie.
Hey guys, welcome to Full Time Movie Fans.
Full-Time
Today
Movie
we were
Fans.
talking about
It is-
Elf.
Yeah. a Jon Favreau movie.
I'm.
Host.
This is Jarvis, and I'm. Back to me, Steve.
Chef.
And I'm.
Chef.
My name's Chef. And.
Oh.
What was your first impressions of the movie Elf
Chef.
that came out back in the early 2000s, made by Jon
I think
Favreau?
the first time, to be honest with you, the first time I watched it was like, oh, this is good. It's all right. It's grown on me like a melanoma. It's become a Christmas staple. It's a Christmas classic at this point.
Yeah.
It's extremely quotable. I think I wasn't like blown away by it when I first saw it, my first impressions, but I enjoyed it enough. It's like Sonic. It was good enough.
Elf is the All I Want for Christmas Is You of movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can.
You thaw it out once a year
get with that. Yeah. I can get with that.
to watch Will Ferrell scream, Santa!
Yeah.
Have you seen the weird new outdoor Christmas decoration that is Buddy the Elf?
No.
It's
I
a
don't know.
nightmare.
Is it?
It's a skinwalker. It is. Have you seen it? It's terrifying.
It
They
sounds
made
terrifying.
They made a life-size Buddy the Elf that's supposed to look like Will Ferrell, but it does not. And it just, like, motion sensor says quotes from the movie.
Hey, editor, put a photo of it up right here.
Yep, editor.
That's not
if
me.
you
Not me.
remember, put it right here.
Put it right here in his hand.
You know what?
Right here in my hand.
The that what did you call it? Decoration, whatever. Looks like the lady in the videos that you sent me. That's like,
Yes,
don't
very
piss on
fake.
my back, government.
Government. I sent Steven a lot of weird TikToks.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them. Like too many.
I hate it every time.
So my first impressions, thanks for asking,
Yeah.
of Elf is that what year did this movie come out?
My question.
2003. 2
Oh my
years
gosh, you
post
were a little
9/11.
baby.
Yeah, I was 6.
It's crazy.
About to be 6.
You're a little
And we
baby.
probably saw it the year it came out.
In theaters?
Yeah. My family loves Christmas movies.
Yeah. Did your family go to the Christmas theaters like every Christmas Eve or
Every
day
Christmas
after?
day, yeah.
Yeah.
It was either a movie or a musical we'd go see.
Wow. Family traditions. What's that like?
Yeah. Oh no, they're dead now. The family traditions are dead.
Oh, okay. I mean, but was it better to have experienced them and then to have lost them, or to never experience them all?
Some would argue that you still wish for family to try.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
I think the worst thing is when they die and then you try to be the one to initiate it to come back, and then
When
everybody else goes, I don't
Like
care.
when your family dies and then you and your younger brother try to use weird magic to bring them back and it doesn't work out so well.
Oh, that's fucked.
Are you
Ooh,
talking
not
about
a fan of that.
what was
Not
the
a fan of that at all.
the
Full Metal Alchemist.
oh Full Metal Alchemist chef.
Full Metal Alchemist.
But
A
so
young little 5-year-old Michael, Jesus, that was 22 years ago. That's crazy.
no,
time
like
flies.
21. If it was 2003,
Oh yeah. You're right.
I'm Asian. I'm math.
21. That's another 21 Jump Street. It's not.
Asian Jesus, a Korean Jesus.
Korean Jesus.
He's busy doing Korean shit. He don't got time to listen to your prayers. He's busy doing Korean shit.
So yeah, I like Elf.
We gotta do that movie too because it's just a fun watch.
Yes. I like Elf. I watch it every year.
Yeah, you have to.
You kind of have to, yeah. Right,
I mean,
Steven, you have to.
Isn't it just played on the like TV channel still that like
Yeah.
in the Christmas holidays like they
The
run
few
that on
that still
repeat?
exist.
Yeah.
TBS, TLC, 91210. That's a show, Steven. Don't look at me like that.
It's funny how you're dropping TBS when I mentioned it. You looked at me like I was a crazy person.
Yeah, the Turner Broadcast Station.
No, the Superstation.
So Elf starts out as this movie about an elf who's not an elf, but a
He
boy.
was adopted.
Yeah, an orphan rather that snuck into Santa's magical sack.
Phrasing.
And made it all the way to the North Pole, and then he crawls out in front of all the elves, and they go, "Whoa, a human's in here. We got to keep him. What do we name him?" And he was wearing little Buddy diapers, so his name's Buddy. And the oldest elf there adopted him and raised him. And so Buddy thinks he's an elf, but he's actually a human, and they don't try to tell him otherwise, even though it's painfully obvious with a little bit of critical thinking. But I guess they don't. I guess they don't teach that in elf school.
Well,
They indoctrinate them to continue to make toys for free, rather than teaching them that they're individuals with thoughts and feelings.
and it appears that Buddy doesn't have that naturally
Yeah.
to figure it
Well,
out.
because he's been indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's also really bad at making the
I would
toys.
say indoctrinated. You could also say embraced by the culture.
Groomed is also a term that could be used for that. So they point out that he's bad at making toys, and then Buddy overhears a couple of elves talking about how, well, yeah, of course he's bad at it. He's not even an elf. He's a human. And then his entire world gets turned upside down. He starts having an identity crisis.
Yeah.
He goes back home and hides in the very tiny bathroom to where Papa Elf shows up and goes, "Hey, buddy, what's wrong?" And he goes, "Who's my real dad? Tell me now. Tell me who my real dad is."
He puts it to the side of his face.
Yeah.
Leaves an imprint.
Say what again? So he tells him that his dad is Calvin Hobbes.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's a reference to Calvin and Hobbes because he works at a kid's
Yeah.
story printing
Yeah.
company. Yeah. But he's like, he lives in New York. I'll just go visit him. He must be a great guy. And then they give him the bad news that his dad's actually permanently on the naughty list. It doesn't say it permanently, but it's basically permanently on the naughty list,
Yeah.
which wrecks Buddy because that's his whole life, you know? That's like,
How
could he
come from someone who's so naughty?
but he still decides that he's going to make the trek to go see his dad. And that's the plan. So he does.
And then
And we meet all of the magical Christmas
Woodland creatures,
creatures
yeah.
that wish Buddy good luck on the way out, which includes
Mr. Narwhal, my favorite.
yeah, and the snowman who
And the penguins.
I don't remember his name, but the penguins. Yeah, and they all wish him good luck on his journey to find his dad in New York.
Yeah.
So Buddy gets there. There's some rules, some ground rules that
How'd
were
he get
set.
there?
He
He floats there on a
he walked through the candy cane forest and then through a sea of swirly twirly gumdrops, and
Yeah.
then he went through the Lincoln Tunnel, and that's how he made it to
Yeah,
New
he got
York.
It's actually the quickest, most efficient way.
Isn't it crazy how
Yeah.
this movie I remember more than literally any other one we've reviewed?
Probably because you see it once a year. At
Yeah,
least, if not twice.
for like 20 years. Yeah,
Exactly. Now that's indoctrination right there.
that's true shit. So he gets there and he tries to hug a raccoon that attacks his face.
Those
And
New York raccoons, they don't mess around.
Santa actually gave him a couple of rules about New York. Like if you see free candy on the streets, don't eat it.
Yeah. That's good
If
advice.
somebody invites you to a peep show, that's not an invitation to see your Christmas presents early. And every pizza place will say that they're the original pizza place, but it's actually Ray's on 7th.
Debatable.
So he shows up and immediately starts eating the gum from underneath the handrails. He takes all of the flyers.
Free gum. Free
Every single time, every flyer. He actually goes back and gets multiples.
Yeah.
And then he eventually makes his way to the Empire State Building where his dad works. Sneaks in. Actually, the front desk goes, what are you here for? And he goes, I'm here for Walter. Walter Hobbs, not Calvin Hobbs. Walter Hobbs. And
I knew you'd get it eventually. I was waiting.
yeah, sure you were. Yeah, you know more than I do. And he says, I'm here for Walter Hobbs. He's my dad. And they go, oh, okay, so you're like one of those weird, like, Christmas grams. You come and you show up and you do a little thing.
Imagine
that's
getting a
embarrassing.
Christmas gram and it's Will Ferrell.
Could
you imagine? Steven, could you imagine?
I think I'd be so taken aback that I wouldn't know what was happening.
I'm a real big Will Ferrell fan, so I'd be absolutely stoked.
Hey, so
But you would also be...
if Will Ferrell came to you as a Christmas gram and he leaned in for a kiss, would you go for it?
Would you kiss Will Ferrell?
So is this going to be a running joke?
Alternative,
trying to get me to kiss?
Alternative question.
Random. Okay. Let me ask you this then.
Would you kiss Sonic the Hedgehog?
Which
if you leaned in for a kiss?
Which male celebrity could lean in for a kiss and you would go for it?
And why is it Shadow the Hedgehog?
Slash Keanu Reeves.
As dressed up as Shadow the Hedgehog.
I don't know. I'll definitely have to ponder that one.
Get back to us. Put it in the comments on the video.
Yeah, please suggest or what is it? Comments or just give me some names to ruminate.
Some
upon
suggestions. Well,
for who I want to kiss.
While you're in those comments, why don't you hit that subscribe button? Ooh, see how seamless that was? I'm so good at this. Anyways,
dude,
back
this
to the
guy
movie.
definitely YouTubes.
Yeah, this guy YouTubes. Hey, you YouTuber?
Hey, you like make movies or something? Like you're pretty good at that. Like what is that behind you? Like,
this right here?
yeah, I
What
can't.
is that?
That's getting replaced with the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 poster. Let's be real.
So in short, Will Ferrell might be able to. He's pretty funny.
Okay. So it's the humor that gets you. Okay.
You like
it's
funny
okay.
guys.
That's fair.
You like wise guys, huh?
Kevin Hart.
Before
not funny enough?
the Diddy stuff came out.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely
I don't think either.
I think
Neither variation of Kevin Hart could probably get it.
I think
for me, at
Dave
least.
Chappelle is. I think
Dave
still.
Chappelle is an immediate yes. Sorry.
Okay, gotcha. There we go.
We found it.
All right, we found it. We got it.
Got him.
Remember when we got a? Oh man, of course I'm gonna blank on his name.
Anyways, so back
Cool.
to Elf. So he goes in and he sees his dad, and the entire office is like, he got a Christmas gram. We gotta watch this. And
It's
Walter
Ferrell.
and Walter
Will
goes,
Ferrell
well,
just
go
does
ahead,
the-
get on with it. Are you gonna sing or something? And he does and I'm here, and I'm singing a song, and my dad, I love you, I love you, love you. And then everybody's like, that was kind of weird,
That was bad.
and leaves. And
1 out of 5 stars.
and Walter's like, all right, that was uncomfortable. Thanks. And he goes, no, really, you're my dad. You're my dad. Look at this picture of you with my mom.
And he recognizes.
And he's weirded out, and he's like, who
Because he's
hired you to do
How
this?
did
What's
you get that
happening?
photo because it was legit.
Yeah. And he said, because you're my dad. And then he gets kicked out of the Empire State Building. And so he goes around town, taking in all the Christmas New York magic.
Yeah.
Finds himself in a department store where a bunch of weird hijinks happens.
He sees Santa.
No, not yet.
Oh.
You're skipping ahead, brother.
Hey man,
This happens. He's in the department store. He tries the perfume in his mouth. Hates it. Loves all the decorations. Finds himself at the toy store. Where
that's the immediate place you go to.
yeah.
If you're in a barber store. I mean, he was a grown man. That's the toy store is definitely where I'm likely to end up.
And then he sees Zoe Deschanel in 2003, which was the choice.
Imagine going to
That is Zoe Deschanel, yeah.
Imagine going to a department store and seeing Zoe Deschanel, and she leans in for a kiss.
Yes, 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 yes.
That's
Yes.
the bit. That's the bit, I guess, just for you, Steven.
That's the new bit.
Why? I need to know why.
The new reoccurring bit.
Because it happened while you were here.
He wants to see you kiss.
I was just gonna say, do I look like a kissable guy?
Sybil's not here to talk about people kissing, so he's
You can
so
find
someone's
out
got
after
to take
this
over.
after this review.
Ooh, baby.
Well, you can find out if you're a kissable
I'm
guy.
stoked.
Oh.
So Zoe Deschanel.
Yeah,
she's a pretty lady.
yeah, she is.
She's unique.
All right, Steven. We know your type. Okay, it's Dave Chappelle. And you're not wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And the manager at the toy store, he goes, "Get over here! What are you doing? You're supposed to be working right now." And so Buddy gets a job, I guess, which is pretty cool. A lot easier in the early 2000s, I guess.
I don't know if there's any evidence that he actually gets paid though. So he's basically working for free.
Yeah, and he does work. Let's be real. He does put in the work.
Dude, he freaking at one point
he sleeps there.
Yeah, but he also decorates the whole freaking place.
Well, that's because the manager, right after he gets Buddy to get back to work, goes, "All right, everybody, 10 a.m. Santa's coming." And so Buddy goes, "What? This place isn't decorated."
coming?
He spends the whole night decorating the place, and at the same time, also in the morning, goes back to the department store and sees that there's a sign that says "The perfect gift for someone you love," and it's Christmas lingerie. And so obviously, he buys the gift for someone he loves, his dad, and delivers it to the Empire State Building.
Imagine
which is
you're
pretty cool.
a dad and your son comes up to you and gives you some lingerie.
I would be so lucky.
Okay.
So we get back to the toy store where Santa's there, and Buddy shows up and he goes, "You're not Santa. You sit on a throne of lies," and all those other funny things that Will Ferrell says.
Yeah.
And then there's a fight, and he gets kicked out of the toy store, and so now he's not allowed at the Empire State Building, and he's not allowed at the toy store.
He's not allowed at the place where his dad works.
Yeah, he's just banned.
Blacklisted everywhere.
He's banned. BANED, banned. Tell me what that reference was in the comments. I'm obviously more online than anybody else in here. Great. So, he's sleeping in the
So
display
connected.
of the department store.
You're so connected but unconnected.
I gotta log off at some point, you know? I need to log off. And while he's sleeping, Walter walks by and goes, "Is that the?" And he goes, "Dad, it's me." And then at some point they get reconnected, and he's like, "All right, we're gonna figure out if you're my kid or not." Takes him to Jon Favreau, aka the Doctor, aka Jon Favreau, aka Chef.
Yeah. AKA my name is Chef.
My name's Chef, and he says, "Yeah, that's your son. This 30-year-old man
Confirmed.
is your son."
Confirmed. You are the father.
And
Do you know that
he
reference?
goes, "Yes, that's from Rick and Morty.
Oh,
Rick
I
and
thought it was a Maury.
Povich."
And then you do a backflip.
It is Maury.
you do a backflip. And he goes, "What am I supposed to do with this 30-year-old child?" And he goes, "I don't know. Take him home." And so he does.
So
And his
there's
wife goes, "Wow, this is so great. You have another son."
it goes from a logical progression of circumstances where some crazy person shows up, says they're a kid, puts on a horrible display,
Yeah.
up to, okay, I guess I'll take this 30-year-old person home to my house.
Yeah. Well, they
Makes
also
sense.
talk about his affinity for being an elf, and Jon Favreau goes, "Look, it's probably like a regression to a childlike state. Bring him home. Didn't meet the family. He'll probably cut it out in a couple of weeks."
Did Buddy fall in love with Zoe Deschanel yet?
Yeah, at first sight, like you would if you saw her in the early 2000s.
Or in real life right now?
Yeah, I guess for you. If you're into that, I guess.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
The Manic Pixie Dream Girl thing's kind of overplayed at this point, so.
I still dig it.
All right, well, we know his type.
I don't have a type.
That's what people who are lonely say.
Based.
Wow, damn.
I'm only saying this, Travis, because Steven said the same thing the other day.
About me, dude. He didn't even know me yet. Bro, how? How did you know
about himself? Because Sybil said, "What is your type, Steve?" And he said, "I don't have a type."
I mean, there. Look, everybody has a type.
You two Giga Chads over here. You just love women, but not Zoe Deschanel for you.
Everybody has a type, but there are certain. Anyways,
so he takes him home. They make spaghetti, and he puts a bunch of syrup all
Skittles
over it. And his wife's like, "Wow, you have a son. That's really cool. Another son. That's really cool." And Walter is kind of an asshole about it all. Buddy then goes on some adventures around New York somehow. Not before he goes to the office with his dad to learn about
bring your kid to
San Francisco, where he's not allowed to be at work anymore because he's a distraction. And then he goes on a bunch of adventures in New York, waits outside of the school for his brother Michael to go, who is embarrassed by his elf brother.
Yeah.
Before they get assaulted by snowballs in Central Park, and then Buddy deletes children from existence
with his crazy comic
circular arms. Motion.
His crazy.
It's crazy.
Comic physics.
Mm-hmm. And then Michael's like, "Wow, you're really cool now," which is true. I did say that.
Kids are so easily impressed.
He's kind of like Sonic the Hedgehog in some ways, you know.
I don't think you even need to be a kid to be impressed by what Buddy did at that moment.
True,
because he's just launching that shit
and perfect aim.
Yeah,
true.
He's a machine.
Yeah, he's a snowball throwing machine. Definitely not a toy making machine. He sucks at that.
So Buddy eventually makes it back to the toy store.
So
sneakily.
Him and stepbrother are best friends now.
Yeah, they're best friends. He makes it back to the toy store where Zoe Deschanel goes, "Hey, aren't you like not allowed to be here?" This was after apparently he talked with Michael about girls.
Yeah,
and he goes, "Yeah, I'm not, but I thought maybe you'd want to maybe get food." And she went, "Right?" She goes, "Right now?" And he said, "I mean, yeah, if you want." And she, "Oh, no, I don't." And you go, "Oh, okay, I get it." She goes, "Well, I could get food tomorrow." And then they go on a date. And it's very cute because it's Christmas time in New York.
Man, it's so easy to get dates when you're Will Ferrell.
Yeah. And when you're cast to go on a date with the other person. That also helps.
Yeah.
And they are the most awkward-looking couple to ever exist on film, because she is like 4 foot even, and he's like 18 feet tall. And
especially compared to the elves.
And he also looks like he's like in his 40s, and she looked like she was maybe like 25 in that movie. So that also doesn't help.
Hey, Jamie, can you fact check that? How old was Zoe Deschanel during that movie?
Let's see. Let's find out. If I pull up a browser on this computer, it's not gonna like explode. Oh, okay. Hang on. Yeah. I have an assistant doing it. Hang on.
Because the internet provides us information like that, so we can actually.
So Will Ferrell was born in 1967. And
she was 21.
Zoe Deschanel is 1980,
and he was how old?
13 years older than her.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah,
had to be older than that. What? No, there's no way.
57 and Elf.
You're
that's
saying that
no
he's
way.
13 years older than her.
It's 1967 for Will Ferrell, and then 1980 for her. So that's 13 years.
I can't believe Buddy the Elf is 57 years old.
No way.
And like 30 feet tall.
How Hollywood of them to
they do that a lot.
21-year-old with
they do that a lot.
With a 40-year-old.
They love doing that.
Okay, no, it says he was 36.
Hollywood loves.
Yeah, that's
it's
still
young
weird.
Women and older
As someone
men.
who's 36, I can't imagine.
Yeah, 21-year-olds are
anything
fucking weird.
21-year-old.
Even as like a professional, like you have to do this for the job. It just doesn't work, and it's kind of obvious if you watch the movie. You're like, oh, this is weird.
Yeah.
And then they kiss.
Yeah, you were talking about their chemistry.
And then they kiss.
Yeah, of course.
And then Buddy shows back up to his dad's work, screaming about him being in love. The B story here is that they need another book printed because the books were printed without a couple of pages, so they need an entire new
Right.
story before Christmas, and they can't figure out an idea.
And
So
there
they
was-
have to bring
there
in.
was his dad's boss, and Buddy thought he was an elf.
No, that's what we're getting at.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Jump the gun again.
So they bring in the world's most renowned children's book author, Peter Dinklage. Is Peter
Yes.
Dinklage? Yeah,
You don't remember?
and he
Yes, Peter Dinklage.
and Buddy runs in the middle of the pitch, and he
Peter
goes,
Dinklage.
I'm in love, and I don't care who knows." And then he goes, "Oh, you're an elf. What are you doing out of the North Pole?" And Peter Dinklage goes, "Haha, funny guy. I haven't heard that one a million times." Anyways, back to the fucking story. And he goes, "Oh, you're an angry elf." And then he fights him, and the pitch goes poorly, and Buddy is told to leave and never come back ever again. And so Buddy goes
for the third time.
Yeah, and so Buddy goes to the bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge, and looks like he's contemplating throwing himself off of it, but he's not. That's kind of the joke.
Yeah.
And
It's a funny joke. Suicide jokes are hilarious. Love it.
especially in Christmas movies.
Exactly.
Um,
Those two aren't related things.
yeah.
At
Well,
all.
I mean, hey, 2 years after 9/11, shot in New York, suicide, sewer slide, as the kids call it. And so Michael notices that his brother's gone missing, and they can't find him. And so their dad on Christmas Eve has to talk to his boss about what they're going to do about the stories. The book that Peter Dinklage had was left with the stories that he was going to pitch so they could make something real quick.
Yeah.
And then he starts the new pitch to his boss Christmas Eve. Michael walks in. He goes, "We can't find Buddy. He's gone missing." And Walter makes the decision to choose family over work.
What a beautiful story of family.
And the first book that he makes in his independent publishing company is about Buddy the Elf. And then
Way to turn your horrible family story into a money-making machine.
Yeah, but before that happens, Santa crashes in Central Park and almost gets deleted by the Central Park Rangers.
Which is another sad reality that we live in.
Yeah, and
getting deleted by cops.
Michael and what's her name in the movie? I keep on wanting to say Carol, but I know that's not it. Jovi. That's right. It's pretty much the same name.
Yeah, you missed it by that much.
Yeah, it's just a hair. So they got to sing and bring back Christmas cheer so that Santa's sleigh can fly.
Because that's what it runs on.
Yeah, on Christmas cheer. And the best way to spread Christmas cheer is to sing loud for all to hear.
Yeah,
That's the
right, yeah.
thing.
That's the thing it says, yeah.
Yeah. Christmas ends. Everyone's happy. Jovi and Buddy get married and move to the North Pole and have a baby, which is also kind of weird thinking about too much. And Walter makes a successful book about Buddy the Elf. And Jon Favreau opens up a food truck and sells Cubanos.
With his son that he's trying
With
to connect.
his son he's
with.
trying to reconnect with.
Yeah.
And his ex-wife, Sofia Vergara.
The end.
The end.
Classic Christmas tale.
You like that one? You like that last bit there? What's to say about this movie, Jarvis? What's to say about it?
It's so ingrained in Christmas these days, like you can't escape Buddy the Elf.
We're playing the game again. Who wants to guess the budget first? Oh, he's screaming.
I was fucking yawning.
Let's say 63 million.
Okay, 63. 40.
I will also say 40.
$33 million.
You guys are really good at this. I'm not that great.
And we're going to add another layer to this one because I think it's interesting. What do you guys think it made on its opening weekend, November 9th of 2003? Opening weekend, Christmas movie, 2003.
Post 9/11, people are trying to get that out of their head. I'm going to say 80 mil.
Okay, we got 80, 60.
I'll say 50.
55. Budget was $33 million. It made opening weekend $32 million.
Ooh.
And then its gross worldwide over the entirety of its life in the box office. Go ahead, guesses. Now that you know the opening weekend.
I'll definitely say 80 million again.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 146
Oh, so you think it's doing pretty well?
for the lifetime? Yeah.
About the same. Okay. The answer, it may come to a shock for everybody, $230 million.
Dang. I was going to say because...
Word got out quick.
Yeah. I was going to say if it didn't do well, then I feel like it would be more cult classic level, but it's not. It's huge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes
massive still.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Other fun fact, Jon Favreau made this movie.
I have a fun fact about Jon Favreau. He also made a small movie named Chef.
He did. It was a small indie movie named
Yeah.
Chef.
Yeah.
Dude, Jon Favreau has taken the entire movie industry by storm. He's basically Hollywood at this point.
Yeah, he's ingrained. Just like Buddy the Elf is in our minds around Christmas time.
Jon Favreau has made so many like silent sleeper movies that at some point it turned into him making the Marvel Universe.
Yeah. Well, he did start it, with Iron Man.
With Iron Man.
Yeah.
He is the Iron Man.
Yeah.
Let me see what else he's made. Let's find some other good Jon Favreau bangers.
Look.
Swingers.
Oh.
He made Swingers.
Did he?
He was the showrunner for Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Executive producer for Skeleton Crew.
Which that's actually pretty
go back.
Good so far. First 2 episodes.
Director. Apparently there was a TV show for Chef we're learning about now in 2020. He also was the director for the Lion King live action.
No way.
Yeah.
No, I knew that one.
He also directed one episode of Young Sheldon.
That's
also awesome.
Bazinga.
He made Zathura.
Oh yeah, he did do that.
And
which Jumanji did it better.
True. And then the Iron Man movies, Cowboys and Aliens.
Ooh, shout out.
I did watch that one, yeah.
One episode of The Office.
Olivia Wilde is in that movie. Cowboys and Aliens.
Chef. The Jungle Book live action.
Oh, yeah. Yep, he did do that. That's true.
One episode of The Orville. You know that one?
I do know what that is, but I've not seen it.
Is that about the popcorn guy?
No. That's the Star Trek ripoff that Seth MacFarlane made, which also had a meme recently come out about it. I'll show it to you later.
I feel like I don't know.
You know what? I think
probably don't.
I've fallen off of meme culture a little bit because I'm not on social media anymore.
It's
That's where I got all my.
Did you watch The Orville?
I've never seen. I've seen.
Okay.
I've seen clips on YouTube.
Did you see the clip where it's the guy going 500 cigarettes? And then 500 cigarettes appear and they smoke them all.
Oh, yeah.
That's the meme.
Oh, yeah. I have seen. Oh, you know what I've also seen? Was it 1,000 Ways to Die in the
Yeah,
West?
1,000 Ways to Die in the West.
Yep, seen that one.
But that's nothing with Jon Favreau.
No.
And apparently another video game called Gnomes and Goblins, which I've never heard about. Looks cute, though. That's Jon Favreau.
Yeah. So what do we think about Elf?
I think Jon Favreau.
Is it time for the rating?
Yeah, I think Jon Favreau deserves your money. You should own it. I do. I own it.
Right to the point. You should own it.
What about you? You could also watch it in theaters because it happens every year.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's rewatchable because you're probably gonna watch it every year, at least once.
But if you own it, then you don't have to pay to rewatch it every year.
You can also watch it for free on whatever channel or streaming system or whatever that you have.
Well, that's not technically free. You're still paying for that.
Yeah, well, the TV.
Nothing's free.
Well, public TV is still free, right?
PBS?
I don't know. I haven't had TV in years. I have a television, but not,
Do you have a fun Christmas memory to share with all of us?
I remember the first time I saw snow. That was pretty fun. My dad's family is from Ohio. How do you feel about Ohio?
I've never been, but the running joke of meth and crackheads coming from there is pretty funny.
Both of the Paul brothers are from Ohio.
That tracks.
Yeah, that makes sense. My family is from Ohio, so take that for what
So
it is.
which one is
Sorry.
it, crack or meth?
Both. No, I'm just kidding. None of my family does drugs. that I know.
That's a dub.
That's actually increasingly rare these days. So congratulations.
I mean, yeah, that I know of. So
What about you? Go ahead, air it out in front of the world.
Don't
right
admit
now.
it. Don't do it. It's a trap.
dude, I've never even had alcohol. I've never smoked a cigarette or a vape.
Not even 500 cigarettes.
The most weed I've experienced is like people who have smoked weed and driven by in their car.
Fair enough.
The only time I've been high was legally in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, you did tell me about
I
this.
did legally, but we're talking about my first time. We're talking about a Christmas good memory. So my family lives in Ohio. My dad and his
How's this good?
brothers and sisters, and my cousins. So the first time we went up there for Christmas, I mean, we grew up in Texas, right? Here in San Antonio, we don't know what snow is. What is snow?
Yeah.
We've seen it in movies. We've seen it on TV. So when we got off of the plane, the little, what do they call that?
Tarmac?
The thing that you...
The runway?
No, the thing that you exit the plane and it leads you into the airport. The thing that comes out of the main airport and hooks to
The chamber.
that hooks to that connects to the plane. So there was a little spot where outside was getting inside, and so there was a bunch of snow in there.
That was the best way you could have put that.
So there was snow on there, and so as soon as we exited the plane, I was like, "Oh, cool! Like they decorated for Christmas. The only snow that I was aware of was like the department store. They put out cotton or whatever it is. You know what I mean? They put it everywhere, and oh look, it's snow. And so that was my reference. And so I went to go grab it, and it was cold. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And then we proceeded to go to my grandparents' house and pull like 2.5, 3 foot long icicles off their house and have
stab each other with them.
and have a snowball fight.
Because that's how people die every year.
Yeah, I actually put one inside of the snowball and took out one of my cousins.
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding.
Congrats.
I didn't do Actually, I didn't do that. But we did do all the snow stuff. We went sledding. We did the snow angels, and we had snow fights. So we did all that stuff. So that's a happy Christmas memory.
The first time I ever saw snow was in Virginia at my Uncle Willie's house.
Oh, yeah.
He was a very cool guy. And a year after that, he died in a motorcycle accident. I miss him.
Thank you.
This is a real story, Stephen. And you're being
I
insensitive.
know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey, I too am glad that your Uncle Willie's dead.
No, that's not.
It's so funny.
He was my favorite uncle. He was also going blind and decided to ride a motorcycle without his helmet on.
Look, it's not the death that makes it funny. It's
the
how
delivery.
it's like you were telling this great story. You're like, I love my Uncle Willie. He's dead now.
Thanks for explaining the joke, Steven. Appreciate it.
That's what I'm saying.
I have a
I'm not laughing at your Uncle Willie dying. Is what I'm trying to say.
It's okay if you think death is funny. It's probably a trauma response.
I have a theory. I think that just about everybody has an Uncle Mike.
Oh no.
I have an Uncle Mike.
I have an Uncle Mike as well. Do you not have an Uncle Mike?
No, my name is Michael. Oh no, I do.
He is Uncle
not,
Mike.
Not like
Yeah.
not by blood, but by like friend, like my dad's friend.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I was named after him.
Oh, really? I'll count it.
They haven't talked to each other in 12 years.
Hey, cool. That's almost as long as it's been since I talked to my
Do you
dad.
guys like how much I'm trauma dumping in this last part of the episode?
Michael, are you okay?
When I was 12.
Always around the holidays. Always around the holidays, right?
Always.
You just might. Sometimes you just feel like buddy elfing yourself.
One time I made a friend playing Gary's Mod, and we hung out all the time. And then one day he told me that he had feelings for me. And then I never heard from him again.
No, you can laugh. I saw that coming out of
You
you.
rejected him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he never.
I was 12 and he lived across the country, and I also am not into guys.
But if the right one came up to you and leaned in for a kiss, you'd go for it.
To be honest, if most of them did. 2. About to be 3, maybe 4 if I'm lucky.
You know what? I've witnessed one of those, haven't I?
Okay, so maybe 3. Might be 5 today.
I'm suddenly remembering on stream. Did you not kiss Greg?
No, that was fake. You think Greg would let me kiss him? You think Greg would do that?
Yeah.
You do?
Greg would never. No, that's
I mean,
No, that was a joke.
If you threw a couple,
that was a stage kiss.
what? Oh, okay. I thought you definitely.
Covered his
You
mouth.
know, you know what's funny is you say that about all your male to male kisses. You say stage so that you can feel better about it.
It's so I can
noticed that.
disassociate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Your coping.
It
mechanism.
wasn't my choice. It was acting.
He was acting like he didn't like it.
Yeah. But if they were a little more attractive, I'd reconsider.
So, no more fun facts. So we both agree that this is just a Christmas classic.
Good segue back in.
Yeah. And I would say it's rewatchable because you're gonna rewatch it every year. I don't think you necessarily have to own it though.
Okay.
I might own a copy though. I think.
You're entitled to that opinion.
Yeah. Well, that's the great thing about America is we can have whatever opinions.
Steven,
we
how
want.
would you rate it? Do you know the rating system? Just figure it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it kind of seems like you're kind of winging it.
That's definitely the.
There
purpose of
are things that we reuse for sure.
like
but
you would buy it or
Yeah.
you would own it.
there was one that was pirated, but that was just once. I don't even remember what it was,
No, I don't remember either.
but it's there.
So I don't really remember Elf that much. I remember laughing.
We literally just went through the whole plot.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I would.
That was a few minutes ago, man. You might need to see a doctor about your memory.
Hey, where are we? So I would
year
definitely
is
say
it?
it's something you need to experience in theaters.
Okay.
But I might say that about every movie ever. But I'm gonna go ahead and definitely say it about Elf.
And if you miss it in theaters, would you say to just not watch it?
I would say that if you want to watch it,
Oh
you
no!
should
Here we go.
watch it.
Go ahead and finish it.
Oh, you want me? I don't have anything else, man. I can't.
If you want to watch it,
If you want to
can-
watch it, you can watch it. If you don't, you probably shouldn't.
Okay. Cool.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all goodbye.
Yep. We hope your Christmas is everything you dreamed to be and more.
Hey, full-time MFers, you like this video? 'Cause we sure did. If you liked it, maybe you should share it with your friends. Maybe like the video and subscribe.
If we were you, that's what we would do. I mean, if I was watching this,
I'd be all over that.
Like, and I'd hit that share, and then I would hit that subscribe in
Yeah.
that order.
Yeah. There's also another video that's popped up. YouTube thinks you like this one, so you should watch that one now.
See you next time.